The splenius cervicis originates at the T3 to T6 vertebrae and inserts at the C1 to C3 vertebrae and rotates when looking right for the ball. The trapezius originates at the skull and inserts between the C7 and T12 vertebrae and flexes when looking up for the ball. The infraspinatus originates at the infraspinous fossa and inserts at the greater tubercle of the humerus, and when circumducting it rotates the arm around in a circular motion to hit the volleyball. The supraspinatus originates at the supraspinous fossa and inserts at the greater tubercle of the humerus, and when abducting it lifts the arm up to hit the volleyball. The multifidus originates at the C4 to C7 vertebrae and inserts 2 to 5 vertebrae above, and when rotating the body is preparing for a hit on the volleyball. The erector spinae originates at the T9 to T12 vertebrae and inserts at the T1 to T2 vertebrae, and when jumping it extends the spine. The rectus abdominis originates at the pubic crest and inserts at the xiphoid process and flexes when hitting the ball. The internal abdominal oblique originates at the iliopectineal arch and inserts at the inferior borders of the ribs. It is used when rotating the body and coming in contact with the volleyball. The brachioradialis originates from the lateral ridge of the humerus and inserts at the radius. It extends when completing the serving motion and hitting the ball. The coracobrachialis originates at the scapula and inserts at the humeral shaft. It flexes when the limbs come closer together between the serving motion and hitting the ball. The pronator quadratus originates at the distal anterior surface of the ulna and inserts at the distal anterior surface of the radius. When getting ready to hit the ball after serving, it pronates the hand. The supinator originates at the crest of the ulna and inserts at the radius. When tossing the ball up, Kevin supinates his hand to get the ball served. The gluteus medius originates at the ilium and inserts at the lateral femur. When making a jumping movement and planting the foot, the hips abduct. The sartorius originates at the anterior iliac spine and inserts at the tibia. It rotates the hips and laterally moves the thighs when making a jumping movement. The gastrocnemius originates at the fibula and inserts at the calcaneus. It performs a plantar flexion in the feet and a flexion near the knee when jumping. We also have the soleus, which originates at the tibia and inserts to the fibula. It flexes near the ankle joint, which allows for the ankle to be lifted off the ground when jumping. The flexor digitorum longus origin is the posterior tibia and the insertion is the distal phalanges. It performs an inversion action when planting the foot right before jumping. The tibialis posterior originates from the posterior of the tibia and the fibula and inserts at the cuneiform bones. It creates a plantar flexion when moving the foot down and creating a force while jumping.